Hi guys, Namaskaram. So today I'm going to make a short video to talk about my favorite, absolute favorite Hatha Yoga practice, and it's known as Surya Kriya. Most of you have probably never heard of Surya Kriya unless you're familiar with ISHA and the yoga practices that we teach. So Surya Kriya, you would have definitely heard of Surya Namaskar. And Surya Kriya is the original practice from which Surya Namaskar has come. So it is a more intensive practice in terms of its completeness. What Sadhguru says is that it's a complete process in terms of physiological benefits, in terms of psychological benefits, and in terms of spiritual benefit as well. It is a complete practice, one practice that gives you everything. It takes about 21 minutes to practice. Initially, the time will be less for most of you. Surya Kriya, personally for me, has been a very transformational practice. The kind of energy you feel after doing the practice, the calmness that takes you over, it's almost like, I like to call it meditation in motion, because it's just such a beautiful practice in itself. If you want to know a little bit more about Surya Kriya, I'll be posting it regularly, posting a little bit more about the practice regularly. It's a 21-step practice that we teach. There is a specific pattern to breathing. There's an element of pranayam to it. There are 21 postures that we teach you, and it is an extremely powerful practice. I have never met anyone who's learned the practice and not been completely overwhelmed by how incredible it is. In terms of daily practice, if you want to learn the practice of Surya Kriya, it's an intensive workshop. It can be anything from 6 hours onwards. So typically a 2-day workshop or a weekend workshop to learn the practice of Surya Kriya. And it's a take-home practice. So once you've learnt it, you then do the practice on your own at home. You're not relying on a gym. You're not relying on an instructor. You're not relying on anything. It's just you and your yoga mat. So I find that very empowering, that you can do the practice anywhere in the world. You're traveling, you're coming home late from work, you can't make it to a yoga class, none of those problems, because you can just do the practice on your own. All you have to do is follow the conditions for the practice. In terms of time, it takes about 21 minutes to do the practice. It can also be increased depending on your degree of commitment to the practice. So it's up to you. On days that you have less time, you can do just 1 cycle. On days that you have more time, you can do 3 cycles of Surya Kriya. It's an extremely powerful practice, and I cannot stress about how powerfully impactful it is in terms of overall well-being for any person. It's generally the first practice that we recommend anyone learn. If you have more questions, if you're interested to learn more about Surya Kriya, you can DM me, and I'll also be sharing some articles and some more information about the workshop.